NASA have done differently?
There are a lot of things that NASA could have done differently for this mission. First off, they really should have communicated with each other a lot better. The management did not listen to the engineers in this situation. The engineers really gave a lot of evidence of what they had that showed that the materials that the O-rings were made of and just the particular way it was set up in rocket boosters for the temperature and the environment they were going to be working in and doing the launch, it wasn't going to be a good idea to do that. They had shown that even at 53 to 51 degrees Fahrenheit, these O-rings would shift and it would allow gas into the rocket boosters, which could ignite and cause there to be a giant explosion. So that's one thing that they should have done differently. Another thing is they probably could have tested a lot more to make other options to be able to have a good mission. They really should have just overall taken a step back, considered the ultimate risks of what could happen, and made a better decision to wait, put off the launch for a later date to be able to keep the astronauts safe.
What should Roger Boisjolly have done differently? In answering this question, keep in mind that his age and the prospect of finding a new job if he was fired was slim. He also had a family to support.
Well, at first, Roger did a really good job as an engineer, telling his superiors like this was not a good decision for them to move forward with the launch because of the weather conditions and the problems with the O-ring. However, I had the chance to get some more insight into what happened with all this situation. My wife's uncle, actually, his name is Mike Goodwin, he actually worked with Roger and told me that Roger got really bitter because of the situation that happened because the Challenger exploded. It kind of tarnished his career and it made him really, really bitter against NASA and the individuals that overrode him in the decision to move forward with the launch. And that is something he probably should have done differently, tried to more just fix the situation, put more research and time into creating a better O-ring, a better design for the rocket boosters than getting so angry and really just kind of making life harder for himself in the future.
What do you, the student, see as your future engineering professional responsibilities in relation to both being loyal to management and protecting the public welfare?
Well, obviously, whenever an engineer is creating a product or anything that's going to be used by the public, they need to make sure that it's going to be safe, especially if it's like a vehicle for transportation. It should go through many, many hours of testing and research to make sure that whatever people are going to be getting into and using as a form of transportation is going to be safe. Now, in this situation, you have a space shuttle that's not always going to be perfectly safe. There's a lot of risk involved with that, but engineers can do their very best to make it as safe as possible and minimize all those risks. Now, as far as being loyal to the management of whatever company or entity you're working for, obviously you want to be loyal to them, to their core values, and represent them well, and give your best effort into whatever product or material you are helping to fabricate or create. But as you just do your best to do what's best for the consumer, do what's best for the public, especially in a transportation sense, that's going to be the focus of what you should be doing.